distinct honor and pleasure to invite Quentin to the podium to deliver the Valedictorian address.
To everyone here today for this momentous celebration, welcome and thank you. To my fellow graduates behind me, congratulations, sincerely. To quote the great philosopher, Frederick Mercury, I've paid my dues, time after time, done my sentence, but committed no crime. Bad mistakes, made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through, baby. He didn't say baby, I am. But Mr. Mercury had it right, especially as it speaks to the experience of myself and my classmates, because we have paid our dues, which at Alleman is a fairly expensive tuition each semester. We have done our sentence for 4 years, no parole. But what I want to talk about today is those last two lines, the bad mistakes, the tough times we all faced and came through. As part of a recent assignment in English class, we had to write a letter to our past selves, giving some advice in general for the future. So to my younger self, I wrote this. I am well aware that you're going to have some pretty incredible failures and make some horrific mistakes during your time in high school. But am I going to help you avoid them? No, I am not. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will direct your attention to my classmates behind me, you will not see a face among them that does not harbor some terrible memories of some very regretful mistakes that they have made in high school. I speak for all of them and myself when I say that they've faced some failures, they've made some bad decisions, they've experienced some extreme embarrassments. I mean, just look at them. But what I've realized is this. If you're proud of the person you've grown to be over these past years of high school, which I am, and for the most part my classmates are, then those bad mistakes were in some way responsible for the person you've become. Part of growing and actively reflecting on life is realizing that the mistakes are actually kind of important, even the bad ones, especially the bad ones. And therefore, to really accept the person you are today, you accept everything that formed you. So no, I would not change any of the road bumps or the shortcomings I faced through high school because I'm proud of who I've become. So I accept even the bad things and the good things, everything that helped me learn and that helped me grow, and I'm sure my classmates can say the same, for the most part. Now for my main points. We have all, my classmates and I, had our share of sand kicked in our faces. I mean, it's been a product of going to Alleman. Our school, and by association, all of us in it, endured real, tangible adversity for years. When I started at Alleman, my class had 97 students, and now it has 67. So somewhere along the line, 30% of our class left, and in the midst of that little exodus, the school was plagued by rumors and hate and naysayers in every corner of the community, including alumni. 2 years ago, as I'm sure many of you know, people started pulling their students out of Alleman like they were pulling money out of the bank during a stock market crash. And the reason being, people left feigned reasons like they didn't like the way the sports teams looked, they didn't like the academics, they just didn't like the atmosphere in general. The real reason being a lot of rumors. People had rumors like sports being cut, funds drying up, bad academics, and any reason that people needed to invent to get away from Alleman and the environment there. And it was shocking, honestly, to see how badly people wanted Alleman to fail. But as they say, they hate us because they ain't us. In an article from the Quad City Times in October of 2021, one alumni noted how he and his peers voted to withhold their donation from the diocese and from our school because of the situation that they perceived the school was in. So that's interesting, that the best way they thought to remedy that situation was to not support the school. And the same alumni also stated, it must be painful for Father Mirabelli to see his school crumbling around him. In similar online articles from 2021, other community members uploaded comments such as this. I predict another Catholic school will be closing in the spring. Alleman is a joke. A religious private school closing won't upset me in the least. And I look forward to the day that hellhole closes down. And my favorite, Our Father, please help Alleman to close down soon. Amen. And those are real comments from real community members, real grown adults, saying something about the school that represents the livelihood of dozens of educators and administrators, and represents the education of hundreds of students per year, and represents community efforts that make a difference in so many people's lives. Another surprising thing to me was how many athletes, good athletes that would have been core leaders on the teams during my time in school, chose to abandon ship so they could go ride the bench at a guaranteed winning school like Moline or Assumption or wherever. it would take too long to list all of our former talented athletes that were at Alleman who elected to take the easy way out and transfer schools. But those of us who stayed, we endured impossible circumstances. My teammates and I on the football team had some of the hardest experiences of our lives during these 4 years of high school. Wanting so badly to win and willing to do so much to win, yet just lacking the manpower to do it is excruciating. And the more people that left, the harder it was to field the team, the harder it was to get out there and play every Sunday or Friday and pick up the slack. But those of us that did stay, we were forced to demonstrate some incredible determination, commitment, and resilience. And I've got to say, for the people, not just on the sport teams, but everyone that stayed, has got more character in one fingertip than all the people that left combined. So now 2 years after what was supposed to be the end of Alleman High School, I have the immense pleasure of looking around and seeing a school that is thriving. The excellent current administrators, Jane Barrett and Mike Lutens, as well as all the other wonderful staff and faculty at Alleman, they deserve triple the credit that they received so far. They deserve far more credit than they've been given, but also equally deserving of credit is every one of my peers behind me. Even if they did nothing, even if they just sat in the chair every day and were a warm body and just went to school every day, or some days, just by being there, they were a silent testament to the continued existence of Alleman High School, and they were a factor, big or small, of helping it survive. But my classmates didn't just do nothing, they did everything. They did 2 sports, 3 sports, multiple clubs. Those who stayed and remained dedicated to athletics have started to reinvigorate our successful programs. The case in point being the track team that just came back from state, with one of our members getting second place. The soccer team that just came back from a state championship getting second place. And tennis that just came back from state with a solo title, again. As well as academic teams, which are also thriving now. Of course, like Ms. Van Diede mentioned, the ICTM and ACES team dominated regionals and went to state. And to those that left because Alleman didn't have enough academic opportunities, I would direct you to my peers behind me, who are now going into prestigious careers in some of America's top universities. Beyond athletics and academics, our theater department puts on incredible shows every year. Our dance marathon fundraiser this year raised more money than some colleges raised in that fundraiser. So to all those that left, all those that spewed hate and resentment towards our school, I say this: we forgive you, for you know not what you did. I personally hope that those same people get a good chance to look on and see with envy the new era of success that we're going to enjoy here at Alleman. I hope they feel a little bit of guilt and a little bit of shame that they deserve for every disparaging remark, every slight, every hateful rumor, and every instance they chose to fuel the problem instead of fixing it. And those of us here graduating and those still in school will reap the rewards for our labors and our loyalties. Ultimately, we're triumphant. At Alleman, we're winners. Even if people forgot it, even if we forgot it. We have been winners and we'll be winners again. And as much as people won't want to admit it, Alleman has been here long before I was, and it will be here long after I'm gone. God bless America, God bless Alleman High School. And again, to quote the great Mr. Mercury, Galileo, Galileo, Galileo Figaro. But also, we are the champions, no time for losers. Thank you.